Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with the Chucky palette. I had a request to do another look using that palette, so I thought I would, because actually I think I'm going to put it away. I did have it sitting here, but with this particular palette you create more darker looks, and in the spring and summer I'm kind of not feeling that way unless I'm in a mood, and then if I'm in that mood, well, I guess that kind of tells you the story, like maybe let her have some time to herself type of thing, you know? But I definitely, for fall, I would say towards the end of fall to winter, this would be, you know, perfect. That's what I look when I see this palette, which would make sense since, you know, Chucky, Scary, Halloween's in October, so, you know, it kind of makes sense a little bit. But regardless, if you like wearing darker tones in the spring and summer, wear them. You know, if you are in a great mood and you being in a great mood is wearing a darker look, then wear it. You know, me, I'm just more girly, I think. But girly as in like a pinky type of girly, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. Like, I do still think this is a very much of a girly look. The lid is perfection. Like, even though it is darker 100%, there is something about it, like, you're not, it's not really showing. But like in person, that shade, it's called Chucky and Tiff Forever. It is just so pretty. This one right here. Just something about it I can't explain. I am wearing the blush today, and I'm wearing it in the more pinky shade. This one right here. So I'm wearing the more pinky one instead of the more coral one. So I guess this would be Good Guys, because that says Bad Gal. So I'm wearing the good girl. Wow. I'm wearing the Good Guys blush. Yeah. I'm still looking at it going, is that right? I'm still. Boy, I think I need to go to bed, y'all. Alright. Let's get started. So the first shade we're going to go into is Let's Be Friends, which is this one right here. It's like a cool purple. Taupey purple is where it's all these shades can be built up very dark. Okay, let me very dark. I tried not to go as dark today because, well, like I said, I'm really not in the dark mood, but you know, somebody asked, and you know, why not? Although if you ask my fiance, I'm in a mood, so maybe this is the palette for me today. Want to guess what that mood is and why I have that mood? TMI, because that's what all guys say. And I'm like, no. Has nothing to do with that, thank you very much. It does. But, to be honest, they irritate. So it's not our fault. Just because we happen to be, you know, that time of the month, it doesn't mean it's because of that time of the month that we're in that mood. You know what I mean? They put us there. I'm sticking to that. If he'd leave me alone, I wouldn't be in a mood. That's my answer to it. I'm just saying. They love to blame it on that because they don't want to put the blame on themselves. But really, we wouldn't be in a mood if they didn't put us in the mood. I'm just saying. Watch him watch it now. I don't care. Okay, now we're going to go into Play Pals, which is this one right here. And we're going to start to darken up the outer portion do be careful. These shades are so dark and pigmented. Like, honestly, if I had to suggest, I'd say to lay it down very, very lightly. Like, pat it almost around where you want it. Lightly. Light hand, though. And then go and blend. Because Glamlite is good for pigment. And even though, like, the brighter shades I'm okay with because they're brighter and I'm not so scared of them, when it comes to darker shades, I'm scared of them. And these definitely are pigmented, so I would just say go in with a very light hand, build it to where you want it, and then go in and blend, because it can get out of hand really, really quickly. Just so you know. Because to be honest, they nail pigmentation. And of course, I should have probably used, I was going to say I should have probably used better brushes, but these brushes did pretty good at creating this look, even though I definitely could have and not had to worry as much, because this brush here is really not the best for blending. It's kind of scratchy, to be honest. This one. Now this one's still my favorite. We're just going to go back into that first shade. And blend. And again, I blend a lot when it's these darker shades. I don't even put anything else on the brush, to be honest, half the time. I just go back in with whatever shade is there and sort of just like blend. Because I feel like I need to, whether I do or don't. It's hard to tell. And then I just work slowly at where I need to be with the shade. Because the thing is once you do too much, you know, you can't take away. You can always add, but once you go too dark, you're then going back to the other eye and fixing it. Unless you're doing, you know, both eyes at the same time, in which case you'll be fine. A little dab there, a little dab there, and you're good to go. But when I've already got one eye done and I'm trying to match the depth, it makes it just a tad bit harder. But I will also say these shades aren't that bad to work with, like to blend and stuff, or even to control. Like, you can go in with a light hand and be fine. And if you do go in with a, you know, a little more in your hand than you intended, you can blend it. It's not, you know what I mean? You're not going to have that big of a problem. You're going to have a little problem, but not too big of a problem. Now we're going to go into the shade It's Time to Play, which is this charcoal color. And we're going to run it along the lower lash line. I really didn't have any issues using this palette out of all the looks I've created from it. And I've definitely think I've played with every matte in here. As you know, as far as like putting it on the eye, I've played with every metallic shade in here too, but I haven't put them all on my lids, I don't think. But I have swatched them and they all perform, you know, the same. So I have to assume that they apply the same on the lid. But I do like this palette. I think they did a really, really good job at executing color story to the theme, but yet make it wearable for the customer also. It's not necessarily my color story, but on certain days it definitely could be. Alright, now we're going to go into that Chucky and Tiff Forever, which is this one right there. And I kind of kept this even light, this metallic, even though it is metallic. I put a majority of the main shade in the middle of the eye, and then I maneuvered it from there, like all around the lid, because I wanted to keep it light, as light as it could be, more like a wash of this color, I suppose. And I kind of wonder if I didn't build it up so dark what this would look like, how much lighter it'd be. But I don't know for sure. It still may look the same for all I know, but I am curious about that. There you go. I mean, I just did a very easy wash of it. Then I'm going to take Free Hugs, which is this black, and I'm going to line the lower lash line and top lash line with it. And I'm going to stay right up on the lashes with it on the bottom. And then I'm going to blend it out. And this black is black. Okay, actually I put that on the bottom Forever Hugs, but I put He's Back on the top lash line, and it's like a black with a red glitter in it. But doing it like this, lining with it, you don't really see that glitter either, so just so you know. And even when, actually that's the one shade, even when I used it on the lid, or I'm sorry, I didn't use it on the lid, I used it on an outer corner, those glitters, you really did not see them. When it was all said and done. I didn't see them on my face either necessarily, but I definitely didn't see red glitters on the eye look either. So I'm not really quite sure where they went. It was like they disappeared as I poked my eye out. But even at that, it's still a nice black. Now, because you have the matte black, do you need that black? No, because that's why I did that. I did put the matte on the bottom and then the one with the red little glitter thingies in it on the top, just to see if there was a difference, like in either the depth of the black or if the glitter did show, and it didn't. So just so that you're aware of that. I think I need to get this side a little bit darker. I think I put a little bit too much black on that eye, but that's okay. Even it up, not a big deal. And I didn't mean to go that dark on the bottom lash line, but maybe I did. I'll be honest, the only other reason why I'm not a big fan of these darker looks is because when I take them off, I look like a raccoon. And I don't know why, but it seems like it takes forever to get the darker shades like off at the end of the night, if that makes any sense. And then I drop it. Alright, and then the last shade we're going to go into is Wanna Play. Whoa, let's drop it now, why don't we? Which is this shade right here, and I really do like this for an inner corner. It is silver, but if you just put it in your inner corner, it almost looks like it's wet. Now, depending on how you know, blend it out. You can definitely build it to where it looks silver, or you can really blend it and it just looks wet. Now I like it more looking wet than silver, but both are pretty either way you look at it. And you know, in a way, because that is in there, it's kind of an all-in-one palette for me. This is definitely not a palette for the faint of heart, by no means. You've got to like your darker shades. You've got to be into a more vampire look, a more darker look at the end of the day to enjoy the palette, obviously. And if you are, you'll love the palette. Absolutely, you'll get a lot of use out of it. If you're not going to get that much use, you know. It's not necessarily a palette I'm going to get a lot of use out of, but I will definitely use it because, you know, I do like the looks that come from it. Even if it's not my everyday look, it definitely gets me out of my comfort zone for sure. And it definitely creates beautiful looks at the end of the day. And the color story is gorgeous. The packaging, the theming, on par. Like, I don't think they could have done it any better than what they did, to be honest. But you got to be into that, you know. We're going to use Smashbox Super Fan Mascara today. Why? I don't know. I grabbed it and thought, what is that? Let's try it. And it hasn't transferred yet, so that's intriguing to me. Oh, I will say this is a very bristly, hard bristle brush. It's definitely giving me separation, in length. It is a smaller brush. I probably could have used this like, even on my lower lash line. I didn't, but I probably could have, because the wand is not that big. But it's not a bad mascara. It's not the best, but it's not bad. I can see where people would like it if they did. Alright. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? I don't think it does too bad. I don't remember using this mascara before, so I think I got a sample. It was free. That's how I get most of my mascara. It's free. I get them in those samples and stuff when you order stuff. That's how I try half of them. Like, if I buy the mascara, you better believe that I must like it if I bought it. Like, my Lash Clash, I bought it. My Gucci, I bought it. Unless it's new, of course, and I'm trying it. Then I, you know. The two brown, anything brown, I bought because, you know, they ain't giving no samples of brown mascara. I'm going to put the Lancome on the bottom lashes. Yo, it's getting warm today. Alright, and we are done. So this is the final look using the Chucky palette in Glamlite. I have really enjoyed all the looks I've gotten out of this palette, I won't lie. Are they deep and dark and vampy, and I would say they're more on the cool tone side too. Blacks, grays, that sort of thing. More, you know, in which on one hand I really like that. I love cool tones, but it's like it's a little bit too dark. It's almost like they went into the realm of melt in a way, but I like the formula better than melt. You know, me and melt, sometimes we don't get along, but I definitely I truly think they did a really good job with the Chucky collection. I really do. There's nothing I don't really like about it. Now, is there bias there because I like Glamlite, or because I can remember watching those Chucky movies when I was little with my mother, who loved those, the series to Chucky? Maybe it could be a little bit biased there from, you know, remembering as a child to the fact that I just like Glamlite in general. to the packaging being so cute, to, you know, just everything. It could be me being biased, but at the end of the day, I think it did pretty good. The collection did, so I must not be the only one. But yeah, there's not much I can say about it. Like, my opinion hasn't changed on this collection. The formula is good. It's just, is this your color story? Is this your theming even, you know? Let's get honest. Chucky's not necessarily a friendly character, but it's definitely interesting for him to go this route. And and obviously they explained, so it makes sense. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. I think I'm gonna honestly put the collection away though until probably October. I would say October. Pull it out around Halloween again. That tends to be what I do. And around October, I'll pull out all, like, any kind of pumpkin or Halloween, or, you know, the Hocus Pocus or the pumpkin spice, stuff like that. Collections. Because generally in the spring and summer, I want to wear the more bright looks. But that's how I also know that that's the type of makeup I like, because in the winter and fall, I also want to wear those bright looks, you know? It's kind of like people that like this, you know, vampy type of look, they'll wear it all year round because that's the look they feel comfortable in. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.